little device is causing a lot of anger and worry. It's called a beacon, and if allowed, it can send information to your smartphone while also tracking your every move. That is raising privacy concerns. CNET senior editor Dan Ackerman is here with more. Dan, good morning.
Hey, guys.
First of all, what is a beacon exactly?
A beacon, in this context, is a passive Bluetooth transmitter that can look for and find your phone if you have Bluetooth turned on and an app turned on, and give you kind of location information. So if you're in a store, you can start to get information on your phone about that store, or if you're at the airport, it can send you to the right gate.
As Anthony can attest, I'm terrible at tech jargon. So just tell me what happens. I'm in a store, I have my phone on, and there's a beacon. What would happen if I was in the store?
You'd have to have an app that beacon recognizes, and you have to give permission to talk to the beacon and then to give information out about you. So if you get close to it, it says, oh, I'm going in this store, here's a coupon for the store. Or I'm at this sports stadium, this is the section I should be going to. And if you're close enough, your phone will pop up, a little message and tell you what's going on. The scary part is when you give the app too many permissions and it can send info about you outside of your phone.
Are we not knowing, electing for this setting, letting them all come in, or can we stop it?
All this stuff is supposed to be opt-in, and that's the good part. You'd have to actually download an app that talks to that particular beacon, and you'd have to give it explicit permission in order to share your information. But a lot of people give apps permissions that they don't even realize they're doing because they just click yes every time they install something.
New York was planning to put 500 of these beacons into phone booths in the city, and then there was some trouble about this initiative. What happened
exactly? It was an advertising company that does the ads on the sides of phone booths, and they said, oh, we're just going to put some beacons in here for a bunch of different purposes. I think they were using some of them for the Tribeca Film Festival, where people would have the Tribeca Film Festival app, and they'd walk around and they'd get like trailers and information about movies. But the problem is they didn't really tell too many people about that. There was no sort of public discussion about having these Bluetooth antennas all over the place, so everyone, of course, freaked out, and now they're taking them down.
I think what people, or at least when I was reading the research on this, it's sort of interesting because they can transmit, which makes you think, can they then receive? Can they?
What a beacon would do is send out kind of a signal, and your phone would get the signal and say, okay, now I'm talking to this beacon, and then if you shared any information with, let's say, an advertising company or something, that would come from your phone, but it's all part of the same ecosystem. The nice thing about your phone controlling it is you could technically turn off the Bluetooth on your phone or not give the app permission.
Okay. Even Apple is putting a lot of effort into developing these, right?
They've got their version. Of course, it's called the iBeacon. What else would it be called? And if you install the Apple Store app on your iPhone, it says, oh, we want to track you when you come into our store.
Right.
We want to have permission to do this, permission to do that. I just installed the Apple Store app this morning, and it asked me like 3 or 4 different things. I had to say yes to all of them. So it'll be very interesting the next time I go in an Apple Store to see what happens.
We obviously, Anthony and I both hadn't really heard of beacons. We'd sort of read about them, but how do you actually see them? Will you see them?
You're not going to see them. They're actually very passive. If you have an app that you install that's going to be able to talk to them, then you'll get a pop-up message if there's some sort of relevant information. But it's part of this larger trend of sort of passively tracking people wherever they go. And I think that's the bigger story that people are concerned about. It's not this one particular beacon in a phone booth. It's the fact that this kind of stuff is everywhere, and especially in a commercial sense, everyone wants to sort of track what shoppers are doing.
People always get nervous when they hear the word track.
That's
Dan
right.
Ackerman, thank
should.
you so much.